A third grader is behind the homemade signs placed on trees throughout Sullivan's Island, using his voice to speak up against the removal of what he says is a part of the island's history. Dominion Energy says 523 trees need to be removed as a part of the company's routine 5-year cycle to ensure safety and reliability with the trees growing too close to overhead power lines. Our Emily Johnson tells us more about the removal and who's behind advocating for these trees.
I just want to support the trees.
If you've been on Sullivan's Island, you may have noticed these handmade signs, but had no idea who was behind them. The advocacy and posters are all the work of one 8-year-old boy. Keegan Novak, with the help of his parents, has been placing signs on trees all throughout the island to bring awareness to the removal of over 500 trees on Sullivan's Island. Novak says he felt angry when first hearing about the removal before he decided to do something about it.
And to give everybody the idea of how many trees are going to go down.
Across the island, signs with the message "Don't cut them down" alongside a hand-drawn tree are attached to trees that are set to be removed. And why are the trees so important to you?
They're in our history. They're in our history. They provide us air. We wouldn't have won the battle of Sullivan's Island without them.
Dominion Energy says the palmetto trees cannot be trimmed or reduced in height because these trees in particular quickly replace removed branches. Dominion says its goal is not to remove trees, but to remove risk, since the trees that have been identified are hazardous. Sullivan's Island Mayor Patrick O'Neill says 5 years ago it was proposed for 220 palmetto trees to be removed from the island, but the town worked to save almost 100.
So I'm trying to figure out how it is that many new tall palmettos popped up overnight that have to be taken out.
The tree removal is scheduled to begin in late May and be completed this summer. Mayor O'Neill says the town is doing what they can to prevent the removal, but has not made much progress yet. He says they're trying to talk to people in state government.
It took an 8-year-old to bring it to everybody's attention, and I'm glad he did. I think this issue has done more than anything I've ever seen to bring people on the island together, because everybody hates it.
Reporting on Sullivan's Island, Emily Johnson, Live 5 News.
Now, Dominion Energy has released a lengthy statement that reads in part, "While we understand and appreciate the passion surrounding palmetto trees across our coastal communities, safety remains our top priority. Trees that have grown too close to overhead lines are both a fire hazard and an issue of employee and public safety."